Hey, how's it going? Silas Haig here, and in this video I'm going to talk to you about proofreading marks and the different methods of proofreading. So let's get straight into it. So first of all, proofreading marks. When I started looking into being a professional proofreader, I was very put off by proofreading marks. They can be quite intimidating. They're these weird little squiggles, and I wasn't quite sure how many there were, how to even begin to understand them all, and when to use them. And I started looking into it a lot more, and I realized that with proofreading marks, they're only really used when you're doing proofreading on pen and paper. So you print something out, use a red pen, and you'd mark on that piece of paper. And that's kind of like an old method now. Not really many people use it. In actual fact, I've never used any of these proofreading marks, and I don't even know half of them and what they do. So you don't really need to know much about them in order to begin. So don't let that put you off. So that's the first method anyway of proofreading, is via pen and paper, but it's largely not used anymore. I've never had a client ask me, and to be honest, I probably wouldn't do it even if a client did ask me, because it just looks too time consuming for what it's worth. So the next method of proofreading is on PDF. So on PDF you can actually use software like iAnnotate or PDF Annotator, and you can actually annotate directly on the PDF document itself. You can cross things out, you can have little annotations all over the place, so it's quite handy, and you can use it in a bit more of a way to kind of show a lot more of the formatting, so it's quite handy. And then when you actually give it to the client, they can look at the documents side by side, like their document and the annotated one, and check back and forth across that, so that's quite handy. That's the main method that I use these days. Now the third method of proofreading that I've looked at, that I've used, is using Word, Microsoft Word, or Google Docs. Now these are pretty similar software, and you can use them interchangeably pretty much. If you know one, you know the other. You can use the review feature and track changes on both of these programs to actually track what you've typed in and what you've crossed out. And then when you send them to your client, they can either accept each annotation, each correction, or reject it depending on certain things. So they can actually go through and see each one. You can even write comments about the different, if there's like a certain thing that needs to be talked about, or if you want to talk to them about a specific rule, or maybe something that they keep making mistakes on. It's quite handy for that. So I'd recommend using that, because it's also free, so it's a good one to get started. Now, with any of these variations, I wouldn't recommend correcting the document without your client seeing the corrections. So what I mean by that is I wouldn't recommend doing the corrections and then posting it straight out without them seeing it. For example, one of my clients one of my old clients was a blogger, and he worked on WordPress, and he asked me to correct everything directly in WordPress and then just post it. And I was quite hesitant to do that, and I'll actually read through some of the email that I sent back to him. So this is directly from the email I sent back to him. The only thing I'm hesitant about is making the changes myself to your blog without you being able to see each change. As you are the writer and your name is at the bottom of each piece, you should have the final say on everything. A lot of proofreading is more of an art than a science, and while there are definitely some hard and fast rules, certain things are just down to preference. Additionally, I like to help people become better writers. By letting my clients review each of my changes, I hope that with time they will start to learn some new things and implement them in their writing, thus making both of our jobs easier. It also, as well as that, so that's the end of the email, the section of the email anyway, and it also shows that you're actually doing work, and shows how valuable you are if they see a lot of different corrections on one of their documents that they've written, as opposed to just behind the scenes you doing stuff and they're not knowing exactly what you do. So I hope you got something useful out of this video. This is about different proofreading methods. Now, if you're interested in learning more about how to be a professional proofreader, how to do it properly, there's actually some free training. It's over an hour long, and it's a comprehensive training on everything you need to know about proofreading, whether that's how to get clients to actually pay you what you're worth, how to get the great skills needed to be a proofreader and how to become a great proofreader, and a lot of other things. So I'll leave a link for it down in the description below. And actually, if you click through my link down below, you'll also get access to some exclusive bonuses from me. So check that out if you're interested. It's just down below on this video. And that's all for this video. So I'll see you in the next one.